If f of x is equal to 5x minus 1 over x plus 2, then what is the inverse of f of x? So there are 3 steps we need to follow to find the inverse of f of x. The first step is to let y be equal to f of x. And that just basically means that we're going to replace the f of x with a y. It's just sort of a notational thing. So that's all we do. That's step 1. Pretty easy. So step 2 is to interchange the x's and the y's. And what this means is that wherever you see a y, you want to replace it with an x. And wherever you see an x, it's weird to cross out since we're fiddling with x's here. Wherever you see an x, you want to replace with a y. So that's what it means to interchange them. So what this ends up looking like is x is equal to 5y minus 1 over y plus 2. So then the third and final step is to solve for y. So we want to end up having something that says y is equal to something in terms of x. So let's rewrite this equation. Oops, excuse me, it's 5y minus 1 over y plus 2. So now our first step to solve for y is I want to multiply both sides of the equation by y plus 2. Alright, so what we end up getting is x times y plus 2, and over on the right side of the equation, the y plus 2 cancels out, so we're just left with 5y minus 1. Now distributing this x in here, we end up getting xy plus 2x is equal to 5y minus 1. And now remember, we're solving for y. So what we want to do, just as if we were solving for x, we want to move all the stuff with y in it to one side and all the stuff that doesn't have any y's in it to the other side. So real quick, I'm just going to subtract a 5y from each side of the equation so I can bring that y term over there, and I'm going to subtract a 2x from each side of the equation. So the 2x cancels out here and the 5y cancels out here. So here we have xy minus 5y on the left, and then negative 1 minus 2x on the right. So now notice on the left, each term has a y in common, so we can factor that out. So if you factor a y out, what we're left with is x minus 5. And so what we have here is negative 1 minus 2x on the right. And then finally, to get y by itself, I want to divide both sides of the equation by x minus 5. So our final answer is going to be y is equal to negative 1 minus 2x over x minus 5. And one thing you can do to make it look nicer is to factor out that negative 1 from the numerator, so you get 1 plus 2x over x minus 5. And if you want to make it look even nicer than that, you can distribute that negative 1 into the denominator, so what we're going to end up getting is 1 plus 2x over 5 minus x. But any of these solutions is appropriate, and they all are the inverse for our f of x. So there are f inverse of x.